Welcome back, rankers. Had a nice long weekend here in Australia. I hope you are having a good time. It's getting hot down here. Another big week of heat. And I'm under really hot lights at the moment as well. So if I start melting during the presentation, that's the reason. I'm not coming down with some weird tropical disease. Now, what I wanted to tell you about today is a big story. It's a big story because it's a technique that seems to be employed to gain backlinks. Not just a few backlinks, but I'm talking millions, literally, of backlinks to one particular site, which happens to rank really, really well for some really difficult phrases to rank for. Let me give you a for instance. Web hosting. Now, in Australia, we've got Wikipedia, we've got a bunch of Australian companies in there. That's fine. That's fine. Yep, it's all Australian, it's all local. Beautiful. If we switch to the US, however, so Google's given me some good results there. It's given me results for local hosting companies. Much the same. You know, we've got local hosting companies over there. We've got GoDaddy, Wikipedia, HostGator, Fat Cow, SiteGround, and then we've got this guy here. It's like, okay, this is good. And what this page title, it's optimized for best web hosting. Oh, okay. So where does this site rank for best web hosting? Oops. Oh, look at that. It's actually number 1. Yes, I know I haven't put a space in there. There it is. There's a space. You happy? Back off. Okay, so you can see there, best web hosting, number 1. Now, interestingly, this site has only been live, from what I can tell, less than 6 months. Well done. Extraordinary. They must have a lot of great content and lots of people must be linking to it because they love their content so much because that's what Google tells us to do to get great rankings. Really? Really, Google. Okay, this is what's happening. So this story was brought to me by a mate who goes by the name of Biff and James and possibly a few others. I don't know. I only know him from the online marketing space. I've known him for about probably 10 years. I think that's right, Biff, about 10 years. And he brought it to my attention. Now, I'm not saying he has an ulterior motive in saying he might want to see this particular site disappear. I don't know. But when you go and have a look at this site, how are they making money? They're making money from affiliate marketing. And let's just say, you know, you click through on any one of these to any one of these hosting companies. You've got Fat Cow, you've got Bluehost, some of the ones we actually saw in the ranking list. He will basically be clipping the ticket on the way through. So he'll get a commission if you sign up going via his website. Now, for most affiliate marketing deals with hosting, it's big money because typically a hosting contract will go on for years and there's a lot of money in it. So you could be talking anywhere from $50 or $100 per click for a sign-up. So all those in affiliate marketing will probably know that and would know how valuable this best web hosting number 1 ranking in the US is. It's massive. So that's the site. And, you know, Google tells us to to create great content. We're a professional hosting review website. Our reviews are based on personal experience and research. We want you to know that we receive compensation from companies, blah, blah, blah. This does not affect our opinion. It's great. Yep. And then we get this, you know, your standard spiel to get ranked. So you could say, well, that's a really well-optimized page. You know, we've got different subheadings here. We've probably got some H1s there. They've done some. Whoops, dropped the microphone. They've done some great optimization, right? Not really. No, I wouldn't say so. It's okay. On page, have a look at this, at what we're seeing though. We're seeing 7.1 million backlinks to this site. And once again, if we have a look at referring domains from that have been picked up by Majestic SEO, you look at this spike back in October. So they've just gone bang, switched all these backlinks on. And it's starting to peter out now as Majestic finds less of them over time. But you can see there, that's a shed load of backlinks for any site. And that's from about 6,000 domains. Where are these domains? Where are these backlinks coming from? Well, you look at referring domains, and this is another thing that's interesting here, is that they're from all over the world. We've got them from a university in Paraguay. We've got ones in Australia. We've got this Ghosto, which apparently is some big ski destination in Vermont, in the US, or as we would say here, Vermont. And you've got a local mob, where I grew up, Knox Volunteers, a Knox City group has got it. But look at this here, this is really interesting. Each of these has thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pages. Knox Volunteers, how could they possibly deliver 61,249 backlinks? Really? That's not, no. They're not that big. I know Knox. So when I saw that, I thought, okay, we've got to go and have a look at the code of these pages. So I went and had a look at a bunch of these sites. I reckon I looked at probably 20. And what I worked out is that every one of these sites providing a backlink to that web host shield is a Joomla site. Okay, so right there, and then you go, okay, something's up. So when I have a look at the source of, let me just bring up Knox Volunteers. I'm looking for a backlink to web host shield. So we go find web host, there it is. Web host shield, there it is. Web host shield, there's back. Hey, but we didn't see that on the page. And look at the anchor text. It's got anchor text here that says best web hosting. Wait a minute. How come I didn't see it on the page? Well, that's because of this little thing over here called display none, meaning don't show this link. So the user can't see it. The bot can see it, and obviously Google loves it because it's not punishing the site. And I've heard some arguments, and this one's been going on for a little while, and it was first started by this guy, where is he? Surgeon. I like that. Surgeon. He basically brought it up in Google Groups back in November last year. And he basically got derided by bringing it up, to even mentioning this. Why would you say this? Now, I spoke to a local bloke, Peter Prenius, who had a couple of sites, Joomla sites, old sites that he just had. They were just sort of sitting there staging ones. And he noticed that they had this backlink in them as well. And what he found out was that it was specifically from an extension called Orbit. And Orbit, let me get you the right phrasing for it. It's called the Orbit Slider for Joomla. Now, apparently this is made by J Extension, as this guy back in November here is pointing out. So this was pointed out in Google's groups, saying that this site has got millions of backlinks from all these Joomla sites, and it looks like what's happening is that there's a mob called J Extensions, which I've tried to get some details on, but like Web Host Shield, well, Web Host Shield is actually hosted in Panama or somewhere else. This J Extension mob, I did a look up on that, and you can see here it's all privacy protection. They're not so jextensions.com, no information on it at all, so we can't contact them. But J Extensions is the author around some of these plugins or components that are basically people are just installing on their Joomla sites. That's what's happening. These universities, these government websites, these personal websites, and what Peter Prenius found out is that it was a component called Orbit Slider made by these guys, and basically it's slipping in a backlink after you install it. So you don't even know that it's there. And so that I've tried to speak to some of the Joomla core development group this afternoon, can't get onto them. But basically, this looks like this Orbit Slider thing, it looks like there could be a version of it for WordPress as well. It looks like that there could be a few of them around. So the moral of this story is, for you, the website owner, is check the extensions that you're installing on your site. Google them, get good, actually Peter Prenius at Your IT Help in New South Wales said, just go to the Joomla forum and check the blacklist before you install something. and which is a good idea, but we did that with this particular one, and there was nothing there. So, apparently the Joomla community are not over this. Google was probably going to say something like, well, it's not our fault that this extension is inserting backlinks into all these sites. True, but it is Google's algorithm that is rewarding that site for that practice. Some people are saying, well, maybe Google at some point punished this site and now they've come back. Nah, not with that many backlinks. No way. And not for that phrase that's ranking. So I'm seeing this a lot recently where what you would think would be punished by Penguin is not getting punished by the Penguin update. I'm seeing there's a lot of Australian sites that are basically just one page, and they're all built by one company, from what I can tell, and they've got a couple of hundred backlinks, bang, and an exact match domain keyword, bang, up they go. We've had a few people on Twitter point them out to me. I've seen it myself with clients that we're trying to help. But this exploit, this is nasty. So it's nasty for a couple of reasons. Obviously, because people's sites are sort of being damaged by this exploit. And Google loves it. Google thinks it's great. So all that's going to do is drive more people to do it. Right? So I don't know why Google is not punishing this site. It's a similar thing. It's worse than what happened to Expedia the other week. Expedia got into trouble because they were distributing I think it was a WordPress template with some anchor text built into it that was going to their prices page within their in their flights area, and they got punished. This guy, this is extreme. The user doesn't even know that they're doing this. So it's not even a paid backlink. It's a stolen backlink. That's what it is. So I know paid backlinks against Google's terms of service, but stolen backlinks? I don't know. Anyway, get on to Google. Have a look. Best web hosting. And if you're in the US and you're in the web hosting business, you should be really angry right now. And that's it for this week. We'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.